Well, hello there, friends. You're listening to Mastering the TASC exam with me, Mr. ABE TASCONI. Today's TASC science lesson is Human Body Systems. Here's today's test tip when taking the TASC exam. When you study, don't just read the words in your head. Say them out loud. Try standing in front of a mirror and ask yourself a question from what you've read and see if you can answer yourself. Feel free to make funny faces. It's just you and the mirror after all. Maybe you could try making a song out of the information you know. You've got to be fearless in this quest to get your high school equivalency. If you're watching this video, feel free to repeat things after me. The goal is to retain information that's going to help you navigate around questions that could be asked on the TASC exam. So how are you feeling today? Are you tired, happy, contemplative, or sad? Does parts of your body hurt? Are you having a good hair day? Is your skin dry? Today's lesson deals with all of those things. We're going to talk about the levels of organization in the human body. The first level of organization is our good old friend, the cell. It's good to see you, cell. Remember, we already discussed that a cell is the basic unit of life. To be classified as living, you need at least one cell. Sorry, zombies. Cells are friendly little things, especially when they have the same thing in common. Cells definitely don't believe in social distancing. The second level of organization occurs when like-minded cells start gathering together to form tissues. Oh no, not that kind of tissue. This kind of tissue. Tissues are important because they consist of cells that work together to perform a specific job in the body. Like-minded cells also like coming together to form the third level of organization, organs. No, not that kind of organ. This kind of organ. We have 5 vital organs that are essential for survival. These include our heart, brain, kidneys, liver, and lungs. When a group of organs work together to perform a specific task, they form the fourth level of organization, body systems. No, not that kind of system. This kind of system. Body systems are important because they're the true team players. If this were baseball, body systems would be the all-star games. The best of the best working together to keep our bodies functioning properly. There are 11 body systems in the human body. These include the digestive, respiratory, circulatory, nervous, integumentary, lymphatic, muscular, reproductive, skeletal, urinary, and endocrine system. The first 4 of these I'll give a general overview of their function. The other 7 I'll give a brief description. Remember, the goal is not to try to learn every single process. You just need a general understanding of each topic so you'll have everything you need to answer questions on the TASC exam. I can't emphasize enough not to worry about every single detail. On that note, let's go visit some body systems. I love eating, so this body system's a personal favorite, the digestive system. Eating's important because it allows our bodies to break down the food we eat into nutrients that our bodies can use. This is where our mouths come in. Believe it or not, the first part of digestion starts with our mouths. The act of chewing, with help from enzymes, which are proteins that speed up chemical reactions in saliva, began to break the food down. Food then goes down the esophagus into the stomach. The stomach then churns the food with stomach acid and more enzymes to break the food down even smaller. From the stomach, broken down food goes into the small intestines, where most of the nutrients are pulled out. The leftovers go to the large intestines, where water is removed and solid waste remains. The waste from the large intestines is then removed from the body with the help of the rectum. Take a deep breath and relax. It's time for the respiratory system. This system is responsible for taking in oxygen and expelling carbon dioxide. The main parts of this system include the nose, throat, trachea, which is also called the windpipe, and the lungs. Air's journey to the lungs is a short trip. Air enters through our nose and our mouth and then moves down the trachea. The trachea branches into two tubes called bronchi, which go into each lung. The bronchi then branch into smaller tubes called bronchioles. The bronchioles end in an alveolus, which is a tiny spherical sac. The air then moves from the alveoli, which is plural for alveolus, into capillaries, tiny blood vessels. Mission accomplished. From the capillaries, oxygen diffuses into the blood, and carbon dioxide diffuses out of the blood. We'll talk more about diffusion in detail in another lesson. Road trip, anyone? It's time for the circulatory system. This system consists of the heart and blood vessels. Primary function of the circulatory system is to move nutrient and oxygen-rich blood throughout the body. From the heart, nutrient and oxygen-rich blood is pumped out to large arteries. Large arteries move the blood to arterioles, which are smaller arteries. Arterioles move the blood to capillaries. Capillaries are what deliver the oxygen and nutrients to our cells. From capillaries, nutrient and oxygen-depleted blood flows into small veins, called venules. From the venules, blood moves to larger veins and back to the heart, where the process starts all over again. I hope you aren't feeling nervous about all this information. If you are, you can thank your nervous system. This handy-dandy system consists of the following: the brain, spinal cord, and nerves. The purpose of the nervous system is to receive, process, and transmit information that controls all of our body's activities. The brain is the boss of the nervous system, and it consists of three main parts. The cerebrum controls thinking, seeing, and speaking. The cerebellum controls movement and position. And the brainstem controls breathing and heart rate. Information is continually transmitted through impulses to and from the brain by nerves, which are gathered together in the spinal cord and then branch out to every single space on our body. Trivia time. True or false? Nerve impulses are fast. Both true and false. If all of a sudden there's a loud noise, we jump. And that's our nervous system at work. It keeps us on our toes so we can respond to potentially dangerous situations instantly. These kind of impulses can travel at speeds of up to 268 miles per hour. Speeding tickets, anyone? And for all you Sunday drivers out there, some nerve impulses can travel at speeds of 1 mile per hour. These are the kind of nerve impulses you wouldn't want to be driving behind if you needed to get somewhere fast. I can't emphasize this enough. Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize your integumentary system. This system consists of the skin, hair, nails, and the exocrine system. The integumentary system is our body's first line of defense. And believe it or not, our skin is the largest organ. Now we come to the system that acts as our bodyguard against intruders, the lymphatic system. The primary function of the lymphatic system is to transport lymph, which is a fluid containing infection-fighting white blood cells throughout the body. This is also one of the first systems a doctor checks when you go in for an examination. We have 2 nifty lymph nodes on the sides of our necks that doctors feel to see if they're swollen and tender. If they are, your body's trying to fight off an infection somewhere in your body. Now it's time to strike a pose with our next system, the muscular system. This system allows for movement, maintains posture, and circulates blood throughout the body. The muscular system consists of skeletal muscles and tendons. This next system involves having that uncomfortable talk parents dread having with their kids, the reproductive system, which is a system of sex organs within an organism that work together for the purpose of sexual reproduction. Sometimes people say there are 12 body systems instead of 11. This is because some scientists like to group the reproductive system into 2 separate categories, one for male and one for female. Happy Halloween! It's time for the skeletal system. The skeletal system includes all of the bones and joints in our body. This system's primary function is for supporting the body and facilitating movement. Whose turn is it to take the trash out? It's the urinary system's turn. Primary function of the urinary system is to eliminate waste, regulate blood and volume pressure, control levels of electrolytes and metabolites, and to regulate blood pH. This system consists of kidneys, ureters, bladder, and the urethra. Are you in the mood to hear the last body system for this lesson? If you are, that's your endocrine system at work. This system consists of glands whose primary function is to produce hormones that regulate metabolism, growth and development, tissue function, sexual function, reproduction, sleep, and mood. Parts in the endocrine system include the pituitary, thyroid, and adrenal gland, along with the pancreas, ovaries, and testicles. All of our body systems are one giant team player. They all work together to make sure we can do amazing things. I hope you'll review this video until you feel comfortable with the information, along with clicking the link in the description box that'll take you directly to my Quizlet. I'm so happy that we can go through this important journey together. Stay safe, friends, and keep studying. I'd like to thank Chris Matthews for providing the music for this instructional series, to Valerie Jeffers for co-producing, and to Marian University and the Blue Umbrella for making the series possible, along with all the other teachers, townships, and adult basic education programs who inspire adult learners to reach for the stars. Mr. ABE TASCONI is the alter ego of me, David Taylor. If you have any questions about the TASC exam, or if you'd like to try some of my quizzes, please email me at tasktestquestions@gmail.com. This has been a Jeffers and Taylor production. See you next time.